My name is Tiffany Lindsay, and I am a hospice RN. And my conversation partner today is Eileen Lesowske.
My name is Eileen Lesowske. I'm a hospice RN, and my conversation partner is Tiffany Lindsay. Why did you become a nurse?
I always knew from a young kid that I was going to be in some form of the healing arts.
What brought you to hospice?
And I had this really critical moment where I had an elderly gentleman who was in his advanced 90s. I want to say he was 98 years old. And he had a stroke, which is one of the complications or side effects in someone who's very advanced age. And he really wanted to have his breathing tube pulled out. And I couldn't because that's not what I get to do. I have to recover this person in that role or setting. It was really difficult because he would cry every day and I would cry, and I had to advocate hard for this man to even have a conversation about whether or not to withdraw the ventilator from him. That's just the kind of thing in our medical care system that has really been disheartening to me. And I really started asking the question, what does it mean to die well? And that's how I became a hospice nurse, and I love it. I have come to the place now where I call it being the way shower. I point the way towards death, and I hope I can do it in a way that helps them relax a little bit. We see death as an end, but I don't. I see it as a beginning.
How do you put people at such ease or help them feel heard or seen?
I just think two teachers, actually, one in high school, one in college. Tom Allen taught me to pay attention to detail. Then Mrs. Nairati, she walked into a patient's room one day and she grabbed the paper chart. And so she says, I want you to go in and I want you to find out about this person. And then we can apply what we know in this chart to them. So she taught us how to converse with folks. And I think that's one of my superpowers, I guess, is I can really feel people and their emotions. So I can feel if they're tense or in denial or anxious or angry. I feel how the room is and I start there because it's not me that they're pushing away. They're pushing death away. They are afraid. And so I start with a curiosity, and I think it throws them off a little bit because they aren't expecting that. They're expecting me to just come in and do the spiel and, here we go again. And so it sets us off on a place where I'm able to actually converse with them, and then they see, this person actually cares about who I am, not what my diagnosis is. Recognition that death and dying isn't always doom and gloom. Sometimes it's singing, sometimes it's laughing, and we can just kind of laugh and then move on to the serious topics. I find that people who are dying are absolutely at their utmost honest place. They'll go, oh, you're a nurse, I can tell you this. And they'll just spill their trauma out that they have never told anyone else before. And I feel like it's an honor that that person felt safe enough to know that finally they could say this thing to me. That's something that hospice has opened doorways. I feel like it opens doorways to jewels of wisdom, and it opens doorways to history. I'm holding living history, and these people are handing me information before they go. And there's something, whether it's a tiny little story or it's a big, huge story, they are both to me equally precious. And so how can I, in my job where I'm required to do X, Y, and Z, bring in what I feel is actually the real healing, which is to have some of these conversations with them versus just talking about their diagnosis.
But there's also, I think, healing and being heard. And we never know if it's going to be sharing the big or sharing the small or just being there, which will help.
It opens so many doors.
My husband said, you're walking them home. We can do this and it'll be okay.
If we hold on to that heart connection with one another, with our patients, there's no way you can make that a commodity. But what matters most is, as grandmother Agnes Baker Pilgrim said, the hardest journey we will ever take is the 14 inches from our head to our hearts.
Or from our heart to another heart.
Exactly.
Well, but thank you for always starting that journey for our patients.
I'm really grateful for you, Eileen, being willing to ask me these questions today and for being brave and going on this journey with me.
Our work can be hard, but yeah, here we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen.
I appreciate you talking with me today and letting me have this opportunity. It's always so nice to talk with you.
Absolutely.
And my daughter didn't interrupt at all, so that's a success in and of itself.
Excellent. And my dog decided not to climb up in my lap either, so we're in great company.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I love it.
All right.